Welcome back to the Best Dressed Homesteading channel on YouTube. What do we got going on today? The last time you guys were here, we had just unboxed and fired up and tinkered with the GENMAX 9000ied. Since that time, I've converted over to floating neutral, which was a very simple process. Even if you weren't 100% sure, if you follow Javier's video, like I mentioned in the last video, you could do it. It took about a half hour. It was really just a couple screws and then unscrewing. Really not a whole lot to it. Also, I changed the oil. I have about 7.5 hours on the generator for a break-in period. I changed the oil. I cleaned the oil filter, changed the oil out, and also I ran the used oil through a coffee filter to see if I could generate any content for you guys. But those black bits in there, that's bits of trees and stuff that flew in there. There's really nothing in there. I mean, normally I would throw some B-roll in here of me changing the oil, but there's nothing to report. And I guess that's a good thing. Even on the metallic dipstick, there was just the slightest little smudge when I wiped it off, about this long, not a whole lot, nothing really to show, but that's a good thing. At most, I think my only concern, and it's not really even a concern, the only thing I can even speak about is inside the oil filter, inside the unit, there was a lot of like little bits of maybe RTV, like silicone-y type things, but they were all caught in the filtration of the unit itself. I didn't see any more of it, obviously, when I filtered it out. So really nothing to report there. So far, so excellent. So what do we got going on today? It's time for a stress test. The kids are outside. As promised, the weather broke, so it's not super duper hot. I'm going to simulate a power outage, perhaps after a hurricane or something. It's very warm. It's still warm out, but not oppressively hot like it was on the first day. Maybe a regular after a rainstorm type thing. Can I get rid of this? So I'm going to go throw the breakers, hook up the GENMAX, get it fired up, and let's kind of do a status report. Can it run the air conditioner? Can it run the well pump? Can it do everything with its clean electric? So let's stop talking, go throw some breakers.
Bravo 6, going dark.
All right, so we're in the dark, but the house is dead. I'm gonna double check the breakers. Okay, generator's on, generator breaker's on, main breaker's off. Let's, I know, you're not happy. Let's go get the generator fired up. All right, so it looks like we have about 1,200 watts right now. I don't know, I'll splice the footage in when I get it, but that seems to be like a baseline. So our house is just like a regular house, about. Security system, which I just heard click on, 2 freezers, 2 refrigerators. Let's go down and, I know the air conditioning isn't on yet. Let's go check the well pump. We're really down in the bowels of the house. I don't know if you guys have actually ever been down here. I know I filmed in here, but I don't think I've ever released anything. This is our chicken brooder area / laundry room. Okay, so we got all the lights on. There's no buzzing or anything with the fluorescent lights. Let's turn some water on. Oh, the lights just flickered. Oh. The well pump did kick on though. I can hear the generator cranking up. The lights definitely went off though. Okay, that's good. All right, editor's note. Let's break down what we saw real quick just to clarify, because I had a lot going on. Obviously I had 2 cameras on. I couldn't see the footage that we were taking on the B cam until now that I'm sitting here editing the video. Unbeknownst to me, the air conditioner had come on in the time that it took me to walk downstairs and get into the laundry room. So that baseline of like 1,200, 1,300 watts that was initially running kicked up to about 3,000 watts. And then, as most well owners know, that well pump draws a lot of juice. So at first, the lights kicked down when the second stage of the easy start of the air conditioning kicked on, and then the lights clicked off, but the generator still continued to run when the well pump kicked on. And going over the footage, it looked like it went up to 74 or 7600 watts, which according to GENMAX on propane is actually between 200 and 400 watts more than the thing is even rated for. So it has exceeded expectations, engineering, and didn't quit, which is really cool. So that's a quick breakdown of what we just witnessed with all the information out. You know, I'm just prattling on in the video, not really knowing what's going on. That's what happened there. All right, so we're down in the tool room. I don't know if it was right at the same time, but it seems like the air conditioner kicked on and the well pump went on at the same time. Perhaps that's why the lights went out.
Yes, a similar event did take place.
One of the other issues that I had with the open frame non-inverter generator was that the hot water heater would throw an error code, and you guys can just see that. The fact that we switched over to floating bond, and perhaps the fact that it's an inverter, I don't really know. The generator is pushing the tankless to fire. I did see one thing on some obscure RV forum from like 2010 that explained this exact issue with generators for folks that are on generators in their RV, and that was exactly it. This did not like, my particular tankless water heater did not like the fact that the generator was neutral bonded. So switching that over seems to have gotten that right. Now that the air conditioner is working, let's go take a look outside and see if the air conditioner is throwing any error codes or anything like that. So as you guys can hear, the AC is on. Now I do have a micro air easy start on here. It was one of the first things that I installed this year in my obsess about keeping the lights on. I did install this, and checking according to the easy start. You guys see that? If not, you know what, I'm gonna take a screenshot just in case you can't see it. It's running normal. And I don't know what the tonnage on this thing is, but it's like 5 foot tall. I don't know if that's how air conditioning's run. This one's 5 foot, I got a 5 footer here, but it's running. Now that the AC is off, we can actually talk out here in regards to the easy start and the air conditioning. Let's see if we can't zoom this in. So you see this unit has locked rotor amperage of 83 amps. According to the easy start, it's down in the 20s or so. I'll put the screenshot here. I think it's like 24 is what the easy start gets it down to. I could say with confidence, the old generator without the easy start, nothing against the generator, could not run this, obviously. It just doesn't have the oomph to kick this on. But the fact that we put the easy start on makes this now functional. The house in and of itself has its creature comforts available, arguably the biggest ones, heating and cooling. And in concert with the blowers inside, this generator had no issue running this and keeping us cool. Thank God, I was concerned. Cool on, yep. It's kind of funny, you could hear the two stages of the easy start. So the way that the easy start is it starts the fan first and then it starts the compressor. This way, taking those locked rotor amperages and kind of quartering them or thirds, even though it's 2 steps, that doesn't really work. Either way, all I know is that you could hear it in the generator. You can hear the fan kick on, and then the RPMs come up, and then when the compressor goes on, it goes up to that full 2,000 watts or whatever that thing needs. Like I said, it's running about 3,300 watts right now with that 1,200 watt baseline. Cool, we're good to go. All right, you can hear the GENMAX running. Right now it looks like it's running at about 3,000, 3,300 watts. I mean, at a baseline, creature comfort, keeping you alive, it's doing well. And it's really 3,300 watts. The thing will do like 7,000. So what else can we try? Think it'll run the oven? The fridge is on also. I can hear the fridge running. Let's, I don't know. Just cranked up. Okay, that's running. Say you wanted to make macaroni. Let's throw the big ultra burner on. All right, so we're right at like 4,800 watts or so, just about that. The air conditioner is still on. The fridge is on. This fridge is on, which I can only assume the downstairs fridge is still on. And apparently this needs to get cleaned. Don't tell my wife that I've dirtied up the stove. Okay, the upstairs fridge is on. I can hear this fridge is on. Beautiful. This generator's great. Now, one final thing. This is what separates my channel from everybody else's. Total harmonic distortion. How clean is the energy? Now you see lots of people running lots of true stress tests as far as space heaters and ovens and things where they try to get this thing up. While we're proven, as we sit in the air conditioner, as an air conditioning blows on us right now, we've proven that it can run all the individual systems. What about sensitive electronics? How about medical equipment? And this ultrasound machine here seems to be working just fine. Yeah, there's my throat. That's disgusting. Why do you have an ultrasound machine? Oh my God.
What was that?
Backfire.
Okay.
Well, unburnt fuel hitting hot exhaust. So I could say with confidence the GENMAX 9000ied passed its stress test with flying colors. I am 100% confident in the fact that that machine is able to do what I need for it to do in my house with no questions asked. In a grid down situation, we're able to show that we were able to run the refrigerators, keep our foods cold. We were able to cook with the oven and the stovetop. No issues there. We were able to keep the house cold in concert with the Easy Start, but that thing's awesome and you should have one anyway. We're able to get water out of the ground. It runs our well pump. It does kick the lights off, but hey, you know what? That's just it kicking into gear. It ran it no problem. So, I mean, as far as life-saving is concerned, we're in good shape. That thing's a good ace to have up your sleeve. And finally, we were able to show off that there are some people who are concerned with Chinese generators and whether their inverterness works properly. And I could say, without having an oscilloscope, I don't have an oscilloscope, that the total harmonic distortion and the clean energy output, if it's good enough to run sensitive medical equipment, it's gonna run your MacBook just perfectly fine. Why do I have an ultrasound machine? Anyway, I consider this portion of my preps complete. Between the GENMAX 9000 and the EcoFlow for portability and solar power, whenever the solar panels get here, I think we're in good shape as far as that goes. That box is checked off. So I think that's it. I'm gonna turn the electric back on in the house because it's getting hotter and hotter as I sit here. Preps I'm okay at, but doing things in order leaves a bit to be desired. So thanks so much for watching. If you have any questions or comments, please don't hesitate to leave them down below. And I'll catch you on the next one. Goodbye.